Good morning. In this video lecture, we introduce the notion of separability of a polynomial, and we introduce the notion of perfect field and also discuss the relationship between perfect field and separability. So, for this purpose, first we introduce the notion of formal derivative. Every students are and every students are every student knows the notion of derivative. So, uh, suppose that f(x) be a polynomial of degree n over field k, then the formal derivative f dash x, which is the derivative of f with respect to x, is given by this. So, this is the notion of formal derivative. Okay. For example, if you consider the polynomial x cube plus x, then it can be expressed as x cube plus 0 x square plus 1x plus 0, and so its derivative will be by this definition 1 plus 0 into 2x power 1 plus 3 into 1x square means 1 plus 3x. Just differentiate this polynomial with respect to x. The derivative of a polynomial is called the formal derivative. Okay. So, by property of differentiability, we may observe that this result here we will not prove this result because you are MSc students. So, we assume that you know the notion of derivative and the property of derivative. Also, this is the Taylor's theorem. You may observe that by putting the value of f dash a, f double dash, fn a on right side, then you will observe that this will be f of x plus a. So we now come to the result. This is first fundamental basic result, which gives the notion idea about multiple root. Uh, we have introduced multiple root in previous video lecture. A root, let fx be a non-constant polynomial in kx, then a root a of fx is called a multiple root if x minus a power m divides fx, but x minus a power m plus 1 does not divide m plus 1 for some m greater than 1. This m is called multiplicity of the root. So just remember that. For example, if you consider the polynomial x minus 3 whole square into x square plus 1, then we observe that x minus 3 square divides this polynomial, but x minus 3 whole power 3 does not divide this polynomial. It means the multiplicity of 3 is 2. So we now just come to the result. Let f(x) be a non-constant polynomial over field K. Then A is a multiple root of f(x) in an splitting field L of f(x) over K if and only if it is a common root of f(x) and f dash x. Okay. So first we assume that A is a multiple root, then we prove that A is a common root of this, and uh, then we assume is a common root of fx and f dash x, then we will prove that a is a multiple root. So we first we suppose that fx be a non-constant polynomial in kx. Now we use factor theorem. You have studied uh, ring theory in first semester course. So we use factor theorem. By factor theorem, if a is a root of fx, if and only if x minus a divides fx. So now we suppose that a is a multiple root of fx with multiplicity m greater than 1. Then fx can be written as x minus whole power m into gx. Now differentiate this polynomial. Differentiate, here is a mistake. I will correct it. This is small x. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. This is a small x. F of small x is equal to x minus a power m gx. Then by differentiating this with respect to x, we have this. We have this. This shows that x minus a is a factor of f dash x and x minus a is also a factor of fx. It means x minus a is a common factor of fx and f dash x. This shows that a is a common root of fx and f dash x. So we have this result. Now conversely, suppose that a is a common root of fx and f dash x. Then x minus a will be factor of fx, and so fx can be written as fx is equal to x minus a into gx for some polynomial gx and kx. Now differentiating this with respect to x, then we get f dash x is equal to this. But observe that a is a common root. A is a common root. It means f dash a will be 0. By putting x is equal to a in this equation, we have 0 is equal to ga plus 0. It means ga will be 0. So ga will be 0 will be obtained from this equation. Now ga is equal to 0. Again by factor theorem, x minus a will be factor of gx. So here we have observed that x minus a is a factor of gx. Now putting this value, since x minus a is a factor of gx, therefore gx can be expressed as gx is equal to x minus a into g1x for some polynomial g1x in k. Now putting this value gx, putting the value of gx in here in this equation, then we will obtain that fx will be x minus a whole square g1x. Here observe that here the power is 2, which is greater than 1. It asserts that a is a multiple root of fx. Okay, so we use this result several times in coming videos. Now this is again another fundamental result. Let L be a fixed field extension of K. Let fx and gx be any two polynomials over K. Then fx and gx are co-prime in kx if and only if they are co-prime in Lx. So we assume that first we assume that fx and gx are co-prime in kx, and then we prove they are co-prime in Lx. Before proving this, you should remember Euclidean algorithm in polynomial ring. Remember that if D is a GCD of polynomial fx and gx, then there exist two polynomial u and v such that uf plus vg is equal to d. and if greatest common divisor is 1, then these two polynomials are called co-prime. So remember the definition of co-prime elements. Two elements are co-prime if their greatest common divisor is 1. So we now come to the result. Suppose that fx and gx are co-prime in kx. It means their GCD will be 1. Again, by Euclidean algorithm, we have two polynomials ux and vx in kx, such that ux fx plus vx gx is equal to 1. Why? Because fx gx are co-prime, so GCD is 1. Now, observe that L is a field extension of K. It means K is a subfield of L, and so polynomial ring Kx will be a subring of polynomial ring Lx. So all the elements, since fx, gx, ux, vx belongs to Kx, and since Kx is a subset of Lx, therefore fx, gx, ux, vx will belong to Lx. It means this equation holds in this polynomial ring Lx. It means this equation says that GCD of fx and gx is 1. It means fx and gx have GCD 1, that is fx and gx are co-prime in Lx. Okay. Now again conversely, suppose that fx and gx are co-prime in Lx. Then again by Euclidean algorithm, we have two polynomials ux and vx. Because they are co-prime in Lx, so we have polynomial ux vx in Lx. Remember that. You should not have any type of confusion. These two polynomials are co-prime in Lx, so we have polynomials in Lx, such that this relation holds. Okay. Now our aim is to prove that they are co-prime in Kx. For this purpose, we assume that dx be the greatest common divisor of fx and gx in Kx. Since they are since dx is greatest common divisor, therefore it will be common divisor of fx and gx. And since fx gx belongs to Kx, since dx is belongs to Kx and Kx is a subset of Lx, therefore dx is a common divisor of fx and gx in Lx. But here we observe that dx divides fx, dx divides gx, so dx divides this ux fx plus vx gx, but ux fx plus vx gx is 1. From here it means dx divides 1. It means dx is a unit. So we can say that GCD dx is a unit. Remember the notion of unit. So this says that GCD of fx and gx is 1. That is fx and gx are co-prime in Kx. Note that units of a polynomial ring Kx are non-zero elements of field elements. So thank you. We will meet in next video lecture for further results. I hope that you will understand it. If you understand the result, then leave your comment. And if you have some difficulty, then put your comments so that we can improve further videos. Okay. Namaskar.